What's happening, everybody? Jim from Ex.2 Piano. Today it is rhythm pattern, all about the dotted quarter note, eighth tied to a quarter. There are thousands of songs that utilize this rhythm, so it's a good thing to get down. We're going to be looking at the chords of G minor, then E flat major, first inversion, then F major, with 7 different exercises and patterns. We're going to be in 4/4 time, so in this case the dotted quarter note gets 1.5 beats, followed by the 8th note, so not to get too geeky, but you'll see in some of the lessons I will highlight the subdivision, which is the 8th note, so you'll have 3 8th notes that will equal the dotted quarter note, 1 and 2 and. Alright, but for now, check out the preview so you know what you're getting yourself into, and as always, let me know how you're doing. Happy learning. Alright, you can see on the screen, number 1, I'm going to go really slow. I appreciate some of you reaching out. I'm still not going slow enough, but I will keep trying to do that. Number 1, if you're a beginner, you can play. They will get significantly harder, so don't get overwhelmed. You can always come back. You can now hear the hi-hat sound. That hi-hat sound is representing the 8th notes. So we're going to subdivide so we can feel the beat. The right hand plays on 1, and then we call the next part, that B flat, on the and of 2, and then 4. There you go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and repeats, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, and let's try number 2. So in number 2 we have the chord notes and also non-chord tones known as passing tones. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 4, and 2, and 3, and repeats, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. I improvised a little bit there in the left hand. Again, if you're having a hard time with both hands, just break it down beat by beat like I've talked about in other videos, and go super slow. And when do we know they get faster? When you're really comfortable, meaning that you're listening to your sound, you can hear the difference between hands. You can also maybe play and talk at the same time, but it's okay, you can try. If you keep tripping over yourself, then you need to slow it down. Number 3, we're going to try at this tempo, and then I'm going to speed it up a little bit, okay? I'll try it with the hi-hat first. Here we go, number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 3 and 4 and 2 and 1 2 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 3 and 4 and 2 and all right, now let's try a little faster. I'm gonna go ahead and count it off, and I'll just count, so I'll take the hi-hat out for a bit. Number 3, 1 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 repeats 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 2 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 3 and 4 and 1 2 3 and 4 and okay. Let's go ahead. I'm going to try it again a little faster. You're welcome to play with me. And if you notice when I'm playing, here are the notes and then inversion using this fingering sometimes. When you get into rhythm chord playing, you will change fingerings because you're going to different places. But here's okay. 1 2 5, also 1 2 4. Fingering, even the best of the best, can be very suggestive because we're all built differently. You just want to make sure you're comfortable. All right, here I go. See if you can play with me here. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. You hear how my right hand is grounded? 1, 2, 3. And the left hand's consistent. It's long, upbeat, down, down, upbeat. 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and. All right, here we go. Number 4. Right hand is acting as the subdivision, and I decided to make this one simpler, and then we revisit again later in this video. So number 4, we're going to go back and forth. But when we get to the second measure, I'm up here, and I'm using that approach because in E flat major we have an E flat, G, and B flat. And so what I'm doing is I'm just keeping that G. It's a common tone between both chords. We have our G minor, as you know, and then we have our E flat major. But I'm just using these two notes for now, because I'll talk about when we add in a lot of notes in the right hand, a lot of splatting and issues can happen with your timing as well as sound. So here I go. Left hand is the same, but now our right hand is playing the eighth notes, acting as the subdivision. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 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 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 is really cool. 5, what I like about it is you have this rhythm that plays over and over again and so forth, and that's a very popular rhythm in a lot of type of genres, especially the rock pop thing. And those accents, by the way, outline what our left hand was doing in exercise 3 and 4 and whatnot. So you're actually outlining the subdivision of the dotted quarter note to an eighth. So number 5, slow. And when you play these, if you go through the play along, you might trip up. Your brain might play with the accents, meaning the left hand is just quarter notes, but some learners do this. And that sounds good. That doesn't sound good, but so you might want to play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and that sounds cool. I love it. But I'm acting, kind of getting geeky here so we can feel the beat in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so you want to really make sure that you get those accents out. How to do that? That's right, slowly. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and I'm going to even go slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. If you're bored, it's okay. You can try to play along still, or go to the play along, which is 104 beats per minute. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. Let's try that one again a little faster. And that's a popular pattern where it's at the 5th, bottom, and middle. So you can remember that when you're practicing with other chords if you like. So let's try it at like, all right. And I am playing the quarter notes kind of staccato almost, just so you can really hear the beat. But you want to listen to your sound. You might want to get a little more what we call legato or tenuto, full value there. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm improvising, sorry, I'll play the roots. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and repeats and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Here I go again. 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now if you got frustrated with me because I just went faster, again, do what I did in the beginning. I slowed it down. When you're working through the YouTube world, there are a lot of variables. Everyone's coming from different backgrounds, learning and all that. So I'm trying to reach as much people as I can. And if you are liking my videos, here we go. Hit the like button, please. Number 6. Number 6 is the same thing as 5, except now we're going to play that left hand rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, so it adds some variance there. 1, 2, 3. So you should have that down. And after a while, you won't be subdividing it. You'll just be able to feel and hear it. Here I go. I'll go nice and slow. 6, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and repeats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Some of you will probably say, I can play it a little fast, but I can't play it slower. That makes sense. Definitely you need to get into the slow thing again because it's a concentration thing. In fact, I stuttered a little bit because I was thinking about that and I was going to say it. So you want to challenge yourself different tempos. Different tempos you can work on different goals such as technique. And again, I try to make a point to say this in every single video, to always listen to your sound. We're too worried about visuals, patterns, getting a cool thing down, but if we're not listening, it's not worth it. Number 7 is where things get a bit more advanced. Our exercise 7 is a hybrid of exercise 4, except instead of just doing this, we're playing on the downbeat, we're playing double stops, and then on the and, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and so we're thinking arm weight. What not to do, I have seen when we're playing this is okay. Sometimes students, they bring their hand in, but they don't bring it in far enough, so they're doing more work from here and not thinking about their whole arm. So you listen to your sound, just pressing it down, and if you catch yourself getting sloppy, it's because you're not thinking what you're doing or listening, and you got to take your time and go slower. That's why you won't hear me ever say learn piano in 10 days or something, because, well, I mean, you could play something simple, but you want to enjoy the process. That's why I like teaching. I'm still teaching after 30 years. Keep learning. 4 and 1, 2, 3, and then repeat. Third measure, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 3, and this one changes. I added a little variation. 2, 3, and just like in music, patterns change and come back. 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I just added a little bar at the end there. Let's play it again, slightly faster. Sometimes some learners do well playing slow for 2 or 3 days, and then they work with a metronome and they bookmark, okay, I can play it this fast. Like the hi-hat, I think, was at chord note equals 50 or something like that. That's pretty slow. And you can go ahead and just speed it up 2 or 3 days, 52, 53. You'll improve faster if you put on that patience hat and go through it. Pay your dues, they say. Here I go. 7, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and repeats. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, phrase again, phrase it, and 1, and 2, 3, and 2, 3. I had a little splat there. Do you hear it? 1. I'm getting hungry for dinner. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and. All right, so use the play along however you like, listening, just following along, or you can play along if you wish. I did go a bit speedy in the play along, so that might be a better fit for you. Hopefully this helps, and can't wait to hear from you in the near future, and please keep practicing and playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Thanks so much for checking out this video. If you want more challenges like this, then you're going to want to check out these following accompaniment videos right here. And until next time, keep practicing. Hope everyone is well. Bye for now.